Welcome. This is James Corbett with a special edition of the Boiling Frogs Post Eye-Opener Report, live on location in Malaysia at the Kuala Lumpur War Crimes Commission hearing on Palestine, where earlier today, former Malaysian Prime Minister Dr. Tun Mahathir Mohamad started the Gaza Emergency Fund to send much-needed medical supplies and emergency aid to the people of Gaza. The program, established by the Perdana Global Peace Foundation, was created in response to Israeli aggression in Gaza earlier this month that resulted in over 160 Palestinian deaths, including those of women and children. The fund was launched after an address by former Malaysian Prime Minister and President of the Perdana Global Peace Foundation, Dr. Mahathir Mohamad. The program's first donation, contributed by the PGPF, was a contribution of 100,000 Malaysian ringgits to Medical Aid for Palestine, a London-based NGO seeking to provide health and medical care to the people of Palestine despite a strictly enforced Israeli blockade of supplies to the region. According to PGPF President Dr. Mahathir, the fund has to work with NGOs that have an existing infrastructure for delivering aid to Palestine, because otherwise it is impossible for the donations to reach their intended recipients.
We would like to collect as much money as possible to finance aid for Gaza, but we don't have a proper network to distribute the aid. Although in the past we have sent ships and we have sent people to bring aid material, medicine and food, etc. to Gaza, but there are other organizations with similar aim. We would be willing to help them with some of the funds.
The establishment of the fund and the recent aggression in Palestine comes coincidentally just as the city played host to the Kuala Lumpur Foundation to Criminalize War's commission hearings on Palestine, investigating Israeli war crimes in the occupied Palestinian territory. The hearings, lasting 2 days, brought Palestinians to Malaysia to testify of their own suffering at the hands of occupying Israeli forces, including often uncomfortable testimony of torture, abuse, and murder.
Yes, and you're saying here that 21 members of your family were killed in one day, 5th January 2009, in Gaza City.
The Gaza Emergency Fund is not the PGPF's first foray into delivering aid to Gaza. In 2011, it sponsored the Spirit of Rachel Corrie, a Malaysian ship attempting to breach the Israeli naval blockade of Gaza and deliver PVC piping to the Palestinians to assist in restoring the region's devastated sewage systems.
Gaza is prevented from getting any form of aid because of this Israeli illegal blockade. We ourselves have experienced this blockade. When we send ships to bring aid material to Gaza, the ships were stopped in international waters. Now, international waters is not for people to carry out piracy or military action. But Israel breaks laws all the time. This is the most lawless country ever seen in the history of this world.
Dr. Samsudin Hitam of the PGPF describes his own experiences aboard the ship.
And then we targeted that we should reach Gaza water in the morning of 16th of May. That's where the story starts, meaning in the sense that when they reached there, about a few hundred meters from the shore, they were intercepted by the Israeli army. So they have been forced to go to Al Arish. The Egyptian Navy took over in terms of escorting us to Port Al Arish.
PGPF Chairman Norian Mai describes his own experiences traveling in Gaza.
In 2010, I had the opportunity to be inside Gaza for 5 days. And I've traveled everywhere in Gaza. Of course, it is considered a very small area, and I had the opportunity to meet with the few ministers and also the Prime Minister of Gaza, Ismail Haniyeh, and to see myself the suffering and also how the society and how the people in Gaza live and conduct their life on daily basis. To me, it looks like a big prison. They have no opportunity whatsoever to live their settlement without the permission of the Israel authority.
Well, I think we should care for people who are in distress, because we never know when we would be in a similar situation, either naturally through some natural catastrophe, or it may be because some big powers might attack us, and we'll be distressed, and at that stage we need help from others. So before we ever get into that situation, we should think about other people, so that when we are in that situation, maybe people will think about us.
Contributions to the emergency fund are currently being accepted via the PGPF's Maybank account. Details are available from their website. James Corbett, BoilingFrogsPost.com, Kuala Lumpur.